Hey, Coach Derek here. I'm here today to show you how to do a Kikfit total body workout as a beginner, the steps that are involved, and the stages. So the first stage is the warm-up. We're going to go over 3 strikes and for the upper body and 3 strikes for the lower body. This will all be done to rhythm, almost like you're line dancing with punches and kicks, basically. So the first 3 strikes that you're going to be dealing with for the upper body, you're going to be a straight punch. Your hands are up, your legs are wide, and as you punch, you're going to pretend that you have 2 ski poles, pulling them back and forth, all the way back and forth. So from the side, it looks like this. And you're punching basically to the chin that you see in the mirror, or where your chin would be. When I say double time, you will speed up twice as fast and half the distance. So this is single time. Double time, a little faster. When I say triple time, it's in a circle, 1/3 the distance, but 3 times the speed. So single time, double time, triple time is one over the other, as if you're cranking a bicycle pedal as fast as you can. One over the other and not like this. Okay? So that's the first punch, is the straight punch. Second punch is a hook punch. You simply just take your arms, make them into a hook. So from the side, it creates like a little hook with my arm here. Then I'm going to bring it across my body, take my thumb basically on the side of my neck. Thumb on the side of my neck. And the key here is I'm going to lift the elbow up nice and high before I pull across. So all you have to do is lift up, pull across, lift up, pull across in one motion like this. From the side. When I say double time, half the distance. Again, it's at your chin level. Elbow is coming up high. The key is lift that elbow up to create that hook. So single time, double time. Half the distance, twice the speed. And my body is moving side to side to throw the arm out, whether it's a straight punch or a hook. It's the motion of my body twisting that will kind of swivel the arms out for you, so you don't have to work as hard pushing with your shoulder muscles, if you will. The third strike is an uppercut. This one's going to be an up and down motion. All you're going to do is make a fist and turn your fist so the palms are facing you, and then rotate even more. When you rotate even more, it pushes your elbows in. When your elbow gets pushed in, my punch comes straight up to the center, so the elbow and the wrist is one line coming up the center, versus a Donkey Kong punch like this. We don't want to do that, so we want to turn, get that elbow under the chin, and then lift up. The only difference with this punch is my body is not doing side, but up and down, almost like I'm doing a tiny little squat. So with the hand turned in, lift up, start from the belly button, lift up past your forehead. And this would be the single time. When I say double time, it's half the distance, twice the speed, but my hands are still facing me, turned in, pushing that elbow in. When I say triple time, you will pedal the bike towards you in a circle. So from the side, I'm pedaling it toward me as fast as I can, as fast as you want to. Coming towards you. Be careful not to do one of these things, okay? So as you come in, it's one hand over the other, just like this. So in review, upper body is straight punch, hook punch, uppercut. Lower body is going to be 3 strikes also. It is going to be a knee raise or a knee strike, whether it's on the rear foot, knee coming up from the side. I tuck my foot in behind my tush as I lift that knee up, versus have the foot here as I come up. So I tuck it in behind my tush, lift up. That is a knee strike or knee raise. So either we do alternating or one leg at a time, that foot is tucked in. The next strike is going to be a snap kick or a straight kick. So all you're doing is taking that knee that you tucked in and then snapping the foot out at the end. Snapping the foot out at the end. Just like that. So whether we do it Left and right. Left and right. Or one leg at a time. Either way, you're snapping that foot out at the end. That is a front snap kick. And the last kick we're going to be doing is called a swing kick, commonly known as an axe kick in martial arts. And all you're doing is keeping the leg nice and straight, so you're not bending the leg at all. It's swinging like a pendulum. So you're basically stretching the back of your leg in an active stretch. So it looks like this. From the side, the leg is behind. I swing the leg up. As the leg swings up, I want to dip my chin forward to counterbalance so I don't lose my balance like this. I don't want to do this because I'm going to fall backwards. So you want to make sure you dip your chin forward as you swing that leg up. The height of the kick, if it's here, that's fine. The height is irrelevant. You just keep the leg straight. So that's called an axe kick, or a swing kick is what I will call it in this class. So in review, the three leg movements are knee strike, snap kick, axe kick, or swing kick. So if it's single leg, it looks like this: knee, snap kick, swing kick. The class will require you to have a combination of any one of those three. Same thing with the arms. So when we do the warm-up, it's going to be to the rhythm of the music. It's 130 beats if you want to know. And think of this like wedding dancing, not techno dancing. So it'll look something like this in sequence. Hands up, 6 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see the rhythm is fairly quick. So the key is how hard you punch or how high you kick is completely dependent on your own flexibility and your own comfort level. So don't rush through it. Don't try to keep up with the class initially. Just work on the sequence and the choreography until you get comfortable. Once we're done with the warm-up, we're going to move into the pad training in the class. Normally we're holding pads and punching with gloves, but during this situation, we're going to replicate the pads by using these extra 2 bands. These are light bands. They'll give you some resistance as you punch. So what you want to do is put the band behind you, right at your armpit level, grab the handle, and then wrap that band once or twice around the palm of your hand. Around the palm of your hand, just like this. So the band is going to end up through the thumb and the index finger. You're going to hold it just like that. So same thing on the other hand. You want to wrap it around so it ends up between my thumb and index finger. So I'm holding it almost like a joystick. And from here, and now if it's too tight, just loosen it up a little bit, okay? So you don't have to do it twice, you can do it once. So once I have it here, I'm going to make sure it's at my armpit. And same thing, single punch, double time, triple time. From the side, now I have resistance with the band. Single punch, double time, triple time. So this additional resistance is going to replicate the clapper pads that we typically use during this section of the class where you have a partner. From here, we're going to move on to the hook punch. The hook punch is just like before. The arms are up in a hook position. I'm going to swing across my body, raising the elbows up. This is single time, double time, twice as fast, half the distance, elbows up nice and high. And then I'll ask for a high punch, which means I'm going to go over my head, bending side to side. Again, this is not martial arts. So for those of you karate guys out there, this is not a tactical move. This is cardio, aerobic kickboxing. So big motions. The more I bend, the more I work my obliques, and the more cardiorespiratory it becomes. Remember, the rule is the more parts you move, the more your heart and lungs have to work. And the premise of this class is a cardio class. The third motion, or the third strike for the upper body, is going to be an uppercut, where you take the band and step on the middle of the band. Once I stand in the middle of the band, I'll raise it up, widen my feet. Now it's very important that you stand in the middle first. Pull the band, then widen. Once I'm in this position, I'll lift my arms up. Big motions, just like before the uppercuts. Single time, double time, and triple time. So from the side, single time, double time, triple time. I will ask during this section to do an arm strike, put the band down, step back, going to a leg strike, whether it's a knee, kick, and then switch sides, knee, kick. You'll pick up the band again. We'll do the hook punch. You'll step back into the swing kick that we talked about. Switch sides, swing kick. Now when we do these kicks or punches, there's lots of reps. So if you're not used to the reps, do as many as you want, and then just kind of march in place until we go to the next set, okay? You'll build your endurance. Trust me, it takes time. You can't fake experience, you can't fake endurance, you just got to give it some time. But once you do, the class will be much more enjoyable. The last leg movement that we're going to be doing is going to be a squat kick. Your legs are wide, hands up. You do a deep squat, and as you come up, you do a snap kick. So from the side, it looks like this. So the kick is right to the center of the body. It's not out to the sides here. So it is this, to the center, like this, and it's not this, where we're doing some kind of weird hee-haw kick. So it's to the center all the time. Those are the three primary upper body and lower body with the band to replicate the pad section that we usually have when we're punching pads and partners. We'll move on there to the next section, which is going to be the fake jump rope. Now, you should have already acquired a nylon jump rope from either myself or purchase it online, but if you don't have one, you can just simply hold 1-pound dumbbells or just clench your fist if you want. And what you're going to do here is once I cut out the middle 1.5 feet, I have a jump rope that I cannot miss with. And jump roping is an excellent cardio workout if you can do it for long enough. So we're going to start with a jog. Move into a heel kick, which is this from the side. I'm kicking my heel and bending forward. So this is a jog here, heel kick, just like that. So once I get the heel kick going, I'll ask you to move 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. From this position, once you're in neutral position, we'll do a heel toe, which is an alternating toe, one foot then the other, forward and back. Side to side, pretend like slalom skiing if you will, high knees. We're going to alternate one of those 5 movements back and forth during the cardio section of the fake jump rope. Now, that section is only 5 minutes long, guys, but 10 minutes of fake jump roping or real jump roping equals 30 minutes of light jogging. That saves you a lot of time. You get the same benefit. In fact, you get better benefit, in my opinion. You get more variety. It's a skill that's kind of useful if you have a situation where it's raining outside, you can't go running. You can use this for very little money to get a complete cardio workout. From the jump rope, we're going to go back into a count situation where we're doing combination punches and kicks like we did just a moment ago. The same punches and kicks, just a different sequence. That doesn't change. So once we're done with that section, we're going to move on to your legs. This is when you're going to need a folding chair or a regular chair of some kind. What you want to do is you want to turn that chair so the seat is facing you, the backrest is away from you. Once you have that situation, I'm going to put my feet shoulder width apart in front of the chair. I'm going to do a bodyweight squat. My hands are going to go over the back rest like this. Now what you don't want to do is do a squat where you're kneeling forward this way. The golden rule on legs is that your knees should never surpass your toes, which will hyperextend your patella and really injure your knees. So you always want to keep your knees well behind your toes. In fact, if you can, keep your knees behind the tongue of your shoe, if you know what that is, or the back lace of your shoe. That will make sure that you don't use your knee to come up, but in fact you use your glutes and hamstrings to do that squat as you come up. So the first exercise is going to be a medium stance squat. Tush out, touching the back of the chair. After we're done with this set, and that's 3 sets, legs wide, so the legs are going to be in a wide position like a ballet plie. This is going to work the inner thigh and the glutes, where the first one was a squared shoulder width. That's just pretty much the glutes. But either way, the knees stay behind the toes, way behind. So as I come down, now I'm going to touch the seat of the chair. My hands are going to come down low because I'm coming down lower. So as you squat down, your knees stay out and my hands come down nice and low. What you don't want to do is this. Just bend down from the back. That is not the squat. It is your legs that's coming down and your hands extend afterwards. Those are the 2 main leg exercises, followed by a lower back hyperextension. This exercise looks like we're just kind of bowing up and down, but in reality, if you can picture my hand as your spine, you're going to bend down at the waist, and from here, you're going to curve that spine up in like a lazy C at the lower back. So what you don't want to do is bend down and then round your back, so you don't want this. You want to be flat, bend from the legs, and then curve that lower back up. Flat to curve, so the curvature is right here in your lower back, and that's going to train and strengthen the lower back portion of your core. So your core is your upper abs, mid, lower abs, side obliques, and then your lower back. So at this time, we're going to address your lower back for the first time at the end of the leg workout. So it looks something like this. 1, 2, 3. It is not this. Okay? From there, we're going to move on to the side of your legs. That's called your abductor, or the side of your thigh here, as well as the top of your butt, called the gluteus medius. And this is a side leg lift. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the supporting foot. In this case, it's going to be my right foot. I'm going to point it toward the chair. I'm going to grab the back of the chair with the free hand, lift the leg that I'm working as high as I can, bring it behind my body as far as I can, and then do a half repetition, flexing the top of my bum and the side of my thigh. We're going to do this for many reps, then hold it. I'll say arms up. You'll bring that knee to the elbow and kick it all the way behind you. So from the side, the leg is up, the knee comes up, and I kick all the way back. It is not this, guys. It's not this low mule kick. It's knees up nice and high like a dog at a fire hydrant, and then kick it all the way back. That's going to work the top of the tush, side of your thigh. The last section of this is once the leg is up, I'm going to ask you to go in a circle away from you, keeping the top of the tush flexed the whole time. Once we're done, I will ask you to stretch, which means your ankle and your thigh sitting down, stretching the glutes, and then put your foot on the back of the chair and bent down, stretching the hamstrings, and then we'll switch sides. Once we're done with that, we're going to go into a tricep dip. The tricep dip, if you have a challenge with your shoulders or your neck or anything like that, what you can do instead is just flex your arms back while we're doing the dips isometrically. Everyone else, you'll grab the side of the chair, knees bent, and do a dip up and down for your triceps. That will be followed by a couple of easy stretches on the chair, which you will see in the class. The next sequence, and there's a lot of sequences, the next sequence we're going to be doing is an upper body exercise, or exercises with the band again, except that this time it'll be strictly for strength training and not cardio. So the band will be used primarily to strengthen all the upper body muscles, whether it's the shoulders, the biceps, the chest, the rear delts, the front delts, or again another tricep exercise here. There's quite a few exercises that we'll be doing. So the tip is this: if the exercise gets too intense and the band gets too tight, just drop the band. Just move your arms in the range of motion that we're working in. Remember, this is all new to you guys, so the endurance just isn't going to be there initially. It doesn't mean that you're not fit or that you're not capable. You just have to earn that repetition and create that muscle memory, if you will. Okay, just so take your time. All right, so after we do the band exercises, we do what's called a side hop over. Side hop over is you take the band into a straight line, standing on one side, knees bent, and then I just kind of hop over and I'm pushing from side to side, moving the arms And the analogy that I use is if you picture like gold medalist Apollo Ono when he's speed skating, you'll see him down low and he's pushing himself across the ice. So visualize that Apollo Ono move, side to side. The lower you go and the wider you go, the more muscles you require, so it becomes more cardiorespiratory. But in the beginning, if you want to take it easy, you can just do the little hopovers. You can kind of river dance like this. And then build yourself into wider, higher, lower, as you get, more advanced. So that's the side hopovers. Are you ready for the last section? On the floor. So I'm going to put the camera down, we're going to head toward the floor. I'm going to go over some of the core exercises, some of the butt exercises that we're going to be doing. So here we go. Follow me down. Once we're here on the floor, guys, we're going to do a pelvic tilt for your lower back. This is probably the safest way to work your lower back, and it's a very effective workout. So all you have to do is get down with the knees bent, head back, lift from your heel as high as you can, just like that. It's pretty easy to do. From the side angle, it's up just like this. On the last rep, I'm going to ask you to hold it up for a 10 count or a 20 count or whatever it may be, and that is the isometric portion of the exercise, and that will help develop all those nice long, lean low back muscles to strengthen your lower back, to help support you when you do your abs. Because if you want to have strong abs, you got to have a strong lower back. That's the key to your ab training. The stronger the lower back and the more endurance you have, the more leg lifts and crunches that you can do for the front of your abs, or the front of your core if you will, hence getting better results. So the next part is going to be the core. The core is going to be simply starting with your feet one on top of the other. Your hands are going to be typically in an up position. I'm going to raise them up. We're going to go side to side, up high, midpoint. Sometimes we'll interlace your fingers and we'll twist. The key here is we're not doing a hand exercise. We're doing a core exercise. So you have to move your sternum, your center of your chest, to turn your core. Hence core exercise. So if you're doing this and you feel nothing, it's because you're actually not working your core. You've got to move the center of your body left to right. Hands back out. We'll do up and downs. Okay, these Kangaroo Jack moves, but when you're doing this, you've got to be leaning backwards to engage the abs. So from the side, if I'm forward like this, I'm doing nothing for my abs. I've got to be leaning back to engage my abs, and now the lateral movements will engage the core muscles that I'm talking about. Lastly, the hands are going to be out in the out position, leaning back again. The knee is going to thread the arm that is the needle. So I'm threading my arms with my knees as high as I can to my chest while I'm leaning back. So from the front it looks like this. Hands are out. So the key to all these core exercises, you've got to be leaning back a little bit. Otherwise all you're doing is moving your feet or your hands. So lean back to engage that core. Now we're going to bring it to the floor. This is the lower abs, and all you're going to do here is get your chin tucked to your chest and lift your legs as high as you can toward the ceiling. So from the side, it's up and then up again to the ceiling. So it's 1, 2, and so forth. When I say hold, you'll bring your legs straight, hands behind your head, crunch up, drop your legs until you feel your abs engage. But keep your lower back flat the whole time. So if you go too low and your back is bridging up, that's too much. Find that spot where your lower back is still flat, you feel your lower abs, and you're in this crunch position here. The next move typically will be a scissor kick. So legs up and down, still your lower abs. You'll hold again after about 20 reps. Then I'll ask you to cross your ankles and crunch elbow to the knee to work the upper abs. All the way up, all the way down. We'll move into pulses, and then typically bicycle crunches where you touch elbow to the opposite knee, finishing again a hold, and then back down into a stretch. Now I'm going very rapidly. All of these exercises will be at least 30 seconds long each. We're going to finish with 4 stretches for your whole leg routine. If any of these stretches that we do are uncomfortable, just go ahead and wait until we move to the next exercise. You can then email me or text me and say, I'm not comfortable with this exercise or that one, coach. what can I do as an alternative? I have this issue or that issue, and I will send you back a text or an email with a photo or a short video on what you can do as an alternate. So even though the class may not be perfect for every single person, there is alternate things that you can do and fit it for you now until you develop those strengths, those flexibilities, or those endurance aspects so that you can do all parts of the class equally. So let's head on up. We typically finish in the up position with upper body stretches, a couple of breaths, and that's the end of the 60 minutes. And before you know it, 1 hour has gone by where you've done a complete cardio, core, strength, flexibility, agility, as well as raise the vibration and frequency of every cell in your body, as well as flush out toxins and negative hormones that have built up. So what you're doing is cleansing your body of the plaque that builds up from not moving too much, watching too much news, focusing on problems, etc. in this crazy time that we're in. And this is a great opportunity to fill your body with nice circulation, energy, as well as the positive hormones of endorphins, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, all the things that make you feel good. You'll actually feel high as a result of it. On top of all of that, you've had 1 hour in your day where you haven't had to solve a problem. You're just focusing on filling up you with positive, high vibration energy. And that is how you do the Kikfit Total Body Workout. You get the best benefit. 1 hour each time, several times a week. As I said, guys, we have 6 classes to choose from, so you have plenty of opportunities to do the class at least 2 or 3 times a week. I recommend it about 3 times a week to get lots of benefits. And then you add that in conjunction, not instead of, add that in conjunction to your walking or bike riding or rollerblading or whatever you do with an aim that you like already. Don't get rid of it. Just add this as well so that you get a complete total body workout and a more rounded fitness program for you. If there's any other tips that you need to learn or questions for me, please check out our free video library on our website. It's filled with lots of great videos, guys, from nutrition to exercise to stretching to how to use your home, how to use basic equipment with the lowest amount of cost on your part to create your own gyms, hence becoming your own gym, which is the premise of my system, Become Your Own Gym. So check out my website, becomeyourownGym.com, and take advantage of those free tools. So this is Coach Derek from Kikfit. Thanks for sticking around and watching this video, and I hope to see you at a Zoom class in the very near future. Thanks a lot. See you soon.